Welcome to Conversations with My Real Friends. My name's Jennifer, and I'm here with my friend Eric Spitz.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Eric. So Eric owns a company called MyNHD, and their job is to provide disclosures in real estate transactions relative to natural hazards. So in California, one of our big hazards is fire, right?
It's a big one.
So how do the fire zones work in California?
So there are three ways to look at it. There's the state fire responsibility area, and that means the state's responsible for fighting those fires.
Yep.
There's the state zones, which are also, they have their own zones for high and very high fire severity zones. And then there's the local level. The local fire departments have their own. So the state can recommend to the locals their lines, and the locals can either accept it or they can even extend it further in their program.
So a property could be in a zone, every property's in a fire zone, it's just which fire zone.
Correct.
But a property could be in a high zone for the state or a very high for state or local.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So if a property is in a high or very high fire zone, a residential property in California, what additional requirements go into place?
Yeah, at any level, if it's in a high or very high fire severity zone, at the state fire responsibility or at the local level, there are certain requirements the seller has to do. One, maybe he may have to clear certain brush around the property. He might have to get the leaves off them, maybe clean the
gutters.
The gutters, exactly. There are certain requirements they'll have to do, but he'll also have to fill out a form called the Home Hardening Defensible Space Form. To the best of his knowledge, these are certain disclosures that would have to go to the buyer. He's also going to have to get an inspection on the property. And he'll have to reach out, depending upon where it is, who will handle the inspection. So if it's in the SRA, it'll be the state that'll look at that, CAL FIRE. But if it's at the local level, it'll be the local fire authority that'll check on that. And that's up to them and the certain county you're in and the municipality you're in, whether they want to inspect it, whether they have inspected it, or if they want to inspect it at all. That's up to them.
Well, and they can delay it. There's a whole bunch of rules in California.
A whole bunch of rules and ways to deal with that too.
But the baseline is your report is going to give them the benchmark, that data, to know whether this is required or not.
Absolutely. And that's what you go by. You know, and there are so many implications with this. There's insurance implications, right? And insurance companies will look at our lines, but they might extend it another 250 feet, half mile out, and say that's in a fire zone to them. And so we're seeing that, the implications of that going on in California throughout right now. And we actually have a little tool that people can use called My HazCheck. It's a little tool that people can have on their phone, and it's a website, My HazCheck, and they can look up fire zones and flood zones anywhere in the state. So this can benefit a realtor because if they're working with buyers that don't want to buy in a fire zone, they can pre-check all the properties and not take them by there. Or if they're going on a listing agreement, they can go to that seller and say, I want your listing. I've done more work on your property. I already know that you're in a fire zone. I'm already contacting insurance. I'm dealing with, that's why you hire me. But it's an incredible, incredible tool with our real map technology. So it's kind of nice.
It's great.
Yep.
So if someone wants to order your report or get your information, how do they do that?
Sure. They go to mynhd.com.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me, Eric.
Thanks, Jennifer.
And thank you for joining us for this episode of Conversations with My Real Friends. We'll see you soon.